to see if you recognize what we are going to spell out this evening. Okay, so as you see the first letter, you see that the S is highlighted. So as we go along, there will be a different letter highlighted for each of our topics this evening, and you will see if you can determine what we are spelling out together, okay? But our first activity, families, parents, get your best runner in the family who will not injure themselves. You are going to find 2 items in your house. One is going to be a symbol or representation of your family's summer. And 2 is going to be a symbol or a representation of your family's transition to school. Summer and school, an item that represents each. All right, you have 1 minute. On your mark, get set, go. 10 seconds remaining. 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. I wish we could have the time to hear from each one of you. But since we don't, we're going to take the opportunity to just peruse the screen. So everybody at once, let's see those summertime symbols. Hold those up, everybody. Those summertime symbols, scan, go ahead and scroll over to your next page of Zoom screen. Oh my word, I see cupcakes, I see apples, I see luggage. Yes, I hear you, Elizabeth Kaufman. I see, oh, I see travel clothes. I see, oh my, oh, books, all kinds of photos and so forth from, oh my goodness. Oh, refrigerator magnets and all kinds of things that of visits. This looks thrilling. Flip-flops, amen to that. Yes. All right, families. Now let's see what represents your transition to the school year. Everybody hold up those school year symbols. Oh, binders and tape and pencil sharpeners and more luggage headed back home. And oh, the grade book. Yes. Oh, and some school glasses and some, oh, a planner. That's right. Whiteboards. Oh, school, universities. Amen to the coffee cup, Mr. Hall. Yes. That's a year-round enjoyment. Well, all right. Well, whatever your season has included, we want as a Scholé family to really be a beautiful, restful season for your family. And we know that as we transition to school, that can come with a lot of responsibility. But at the same time, we want it to be at a pace and with the contributions from your instructors and in an atmosphere that makes you feel at rest, not stressed, but at rest. And that's what we want to be for your family this year. Doesn't mean there's not going to be some hard work to do, but it should be from a posture of enjoyment, leisure, and rest. Okay. All right. So friends, that was our S for the evening. Next, let's go to our next letter. And that is C for the chairs of our department. So, friends, I don't know if you peruse our website often, but we have department chairs who serve as the leaders of various given departments. And here at Scholé Academy, our departments are some kind of normal sort of departments that you might expect, like math or science and so forth, but we have specialized departments like our writing and rhetoric department and our logic department. And so we are going to take an opportunity to identify some of these department chairs, but I'm not going to tell you who they are. Instead, what you are going to see is slowly on our screen, there shall appear some Zoom filters that kind of represent one of our department chairs or one of our lead teachers. So they will put a filter on and then they will have the opportunity to speak to what department they represent and why that is their filter. So department chairs, take it away.
So I'll go first. I am with the math department. That's a moment that we all have probably experienced in mathematics, but those are moments in mathematics that give us an opportunity to grow, to develop stamina, and to learn how to be problem solvers. So is the representation for the math department.
Dr. Riley and I have the same picture, but for different reasons. And that is that I'm the chair of the writing and rhetoric department, and I have a little speech bubble, and it says, And that's because in writing and rhetoric and in well-ordered language, we're trying to help you learn how to communicate better in writing and in speech. And not only do we have writing and rhetoric and well-ordered language classes, but also some creative writing and poetry classes as well at Scholé Academy.
I am Ash White, and I'm going to be the lead teacher for the logic classes this year. And I've chosen for my filter rather one of the emoji reactions that keeps disappearing. So I've chosen a light bulb because if you notice on the textbooks for both of our informal and formal logic textbooks, The Art of Argument and The Discovery of Deduction, both of them feature a light bulb. And I chose this image because it represents that when in logic classes, we are learning how to discern what makes a valid but also persuasive argument, then we are also then learning how to spot bad arguments. And once you've shown the light on a bad argument, you can't unsee it. And so I chose the light bulb.
That's great. I'm Latin department chair. I guess I'm representing all the languages, but we have a world behind us. I had the same glasses, the 3D glasses, because on before, but I didn't want to steal anyone's thunder. But the idea is looking at the world in a particular way that language allows you to do. So that's us.
And I'd follow up on Mr. Katinsky here from the science side of things. The reason I have these 3D lenses on is because there's two kinds of lenses we get to look at science from here at Scholé Academy. One is the technical, the natural history and the natural science that comes with learning things in the modern science realm. But we also have the eyes of our faith there that can guide us towards understanding science in a deeper and more profound way as God's order writ large here upon the cosmos. So as we study, we're looking at it through two different lenses.
I'm Rhea Bright, and I'm the chair of the Canterbury House of Studies. So our House of Studies are a little bit different from the sort of more standard or traditional departments in that we focus on catechesis and spiritual formation. And for the Canterbury House of Studies, we look at Anglican catechesis, but also spiritual formation in the Protestant tradition more generally. And what I have behind me is the altar of an Anglican church, and the window that's coming out of my head is a stained glass window of Jesus calling Peter and Simon, Peter, and Andrew with the words, "Follow me."
Am I supposed to go now?
Why don't you go ahead and follow that one up, and then I'll hand it to
Okay. Okay, so I have a halo. My halo keeps kind of disappearing. I'm the department chair of the Aquinas House. And, in Catholic Church teaching, we are all called to become saints. That is our universal calling. And so hopefully through our programming here at the Aquinas House, we can help your children along on that journey to become saints.
Thank you so much. We have, I want to be sure I didn't miss any of our other department chairs or lead teachers. Okay, we have one other department chair of our humanities department. That's Phaedra Shaltanis, and you'll get to know her and you can see her on the website. And then I wanted to draw your attention to, we will newly have a dean of lower school academics this year, and that will be Amanda Reeves. She's traveling over the Atlantic as we speak. So some more people for you to get to know. But now I'm going to, similar to our departments and the chairs of our departments, as you've already seen, we have also houses of study. And you met Rhea Bright, who's the Canterbury House of Study leader, the Aquinas House leader, Monica Meinhardt. And then I'm going to hand it off to the one photo in living color. There is no other way to appreciate or experience Presbytera Maria Koulianos except in living color. She is not only the chair of the St. Raphael House, but she is the principal of St. Raphael School. So Presbytera, it is all yours.
Well, thank you very much. And my background is actually the church that Father Dionisios, my husband, is the dean of, which is the Cathedral of St. George in Springfield, Massachusetts. It's not your typical traditional Orthodox church. It actually was a congregational church prior to it being brought into and made into a Greek Orthodox church. So as Dr. Blake said, we have the Great Hall and Houses of Study within Scholé Academy. And at the inception of Scholé Academy, there was a vision of having what C.S. Lewis calls the Great Hall, in which there are rooms set aside that we can walk in and sit a while by the fire, have a meal, and enjoy fellowship within the same tradition. So similarly, we have Scholé Academy's Great Hall, and off of this Great Hall, we have the Canterbury House of Studies, we have the Aquinas House, and we have St. Raphael School. St. Raphael School is the largest of the houses and is a school within a school. So we have opportunities to work alongside Protestants, Catholics, and Orthodox Christians alike. And we find our common ground in the Nicene Creed. And so the Nicene Creed is where we find our unity, and all instructors that do teach at Scholé Academy proclaim the Nicene Creed. And of course, our focus of Scholé, of restful learning, is also mimicked there in that we are liturgical. So not only is our Great Hall liturgical in nature, but also the houses of study based upon each tradition, whether it's Protestant, Catholic, or Orthodox. And so it is through our shared tradition that we come together in the Great Hall, as we said here, and then through our shared tradition amongst one another, we go into our house of study and we deep dive into the tradition and the faith to which we go in the room. So it's really an amazing collaboration and synergy that we have here at Scholé Academy. And, you know, don't take my word for it. Here are some testimonials from families that have said how important it is not only to have the great hall, but also these houses of studies. So for example, Hillary McCoy said, as a Catholic parent who homeschools, it excites me to know my daughter is engaged in active faith formation with peers her own age and a talented teacher. The Moore family, part of St. Raphael School, says St. Raphael School has filled a gap in our homeschool experience, having the shared language of the Orthodox Church, our traditions and festal cycle in classrooms has been a true blessing for my daughter. And then, of course, Canterbury House parent Holly Mulford says, I appreciate the teacher's focus on orthodoxy, lowercase o, the traditional, and the bigger picture of Jesus throughout the text, in addition to her emphasis on the culture within the New Testament and the focus on accurate historical setting and history. And so when we talk about the Great Hall and the houses of study, we look at this beautiful mosaic that is being created and united by our jointly believing in this Nicene Creed. And so as already has been introduced, the Houses of Study leadership is Monica Meinhardt, of course, for the chair of Aquinas House, Rhea Bright, chair of Canterbury House, and I am Presbytera Maria Cuyanos, principal of St. Raphael School, the Orthodox House. And so we come together to share our love for Jesus Christ, our salvation in him. And it is a symphony of great music.
Thank you so much, Presbytera. And one common question that I had and that I've heard from others is, if I don't belong to that tradition, or if my children don't belong to that tradition, are we still able to take a course? And the answer is yes. Yes, of course. But you just know that as you enter a room, you should have the expectation that it will be functioning fully faithful to that tradition and belief. Okay, so
and that actually happens often, Dr. Blake, believe it or not. And it's a beautiful thing that we learn each other's traditions by going into those rooms and sitting around a little bit, pitching a tent, as I like to say, and sitting down.
Which I find so inspiring and exciting, just because it gives us an opportunity to exercise Christian unity and understanding in an increasingly divisive world. Okay, so speaking of opportunities to learn and experience from one another, there are multiple opportunities. And the biggest situation at Scholé Academy is the Great Hall, where we all join together in multiple kinds of courses. So is everybody ready? Students, are you ready? It's time for your first quiz. I'm going to share the screen again, and it's a time for the next letter in our alphabet as we progress, and that is, friends, the letter O. I'm going to show you an image on the screen, and you are to confer with your family and friends that you are with and say, what event or opportunity does this image capture? It's an event related to Scholé Academy. What opportunity is this capturing? Do you know? Confer amongst yourselves. Put a guess in the chat. Does anyone know what this represents? Let's see, do we have anything coming in here? Oh, there we go. I see you. Hey, Miss Seward. Coffee with the Principals. That's right. Friends, we have an opportunity that we gather online and we join together to, chit chat about interesting or inspiring things. And we try to tailor those at different times throughout the year. So whenever you may be taking a course, you can at least pop into one or two opportunities to share coffee with the principal online. Our first one is coming up. Mark your calendars, September 29th. At 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So join Presbytera and me online and have whatever hot drink you enjoy, and we'll chit chat and have a great time together. Ready for the next image? What does this represent? What Scholé Academy opportunity could this be indicating? Looking at the chat, my co-host, let me know if you see something that pops in there.
There are several college nights,
there we
great
go.
lectures.
That's right. Okay, so this represents the fact that, yes, we have lecture nights and we have an upcoming college night, okay? So this is going to be October 26th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And this will be an opportunity. We've already secured a great lineup of important college leaders that will be speaking to you, not just from a standard kind of, well, we're from the recruiting office, but these are either professors or college leaders, in some cases college presidents, that will speak to you about transitioning to college, especially for our upper school students and families. So we invite you to college night. We'll have one in the fall and one in the spring. All right, next image. What opportunity is this? Friends, this is the opportunity to read the Scholé Academy newsletter. All of our opportunities are listed weekly in the Scholé Academy newsletter that is delivered to your very own inbox every Monday. Now, I know as well as anyone that a load of emails can easily overwhelm, and it's easy to disregard and scroll past. However, I do strongly encourage you, my friends, to read our newsletters, because you will find in there a wealth of information that is important about, yes, the events we offer, as well as important deadlines that you would want to be aware of. All right. So all the other upcoming events, make sure you pay attention to our Monday newsletters. All right. Next letter, I am handing it off to the one and the only Allison Haley. If you have not met Allison Haley yet, it's because you're proficient at Canvas. What can we say? Allison is our technology specialist, our academic support, and just an all-around fantastic lady. And I'm going to hand it off to Allison because she's going to tell you about an opportunity that we are putting before you, families. Take it away, Allison.
All right. Good evening, everyone. So I have the pleasure and the opportunity of introducing the letter L in the word that you are working on. So L is for light. For the 23-24 school year, that's going to be our theme. So if you've logged into Canvas already, which you probably have, and if not, you should reach out to me and I will help get you there. If you've logged into Canvas, this image might look really familiar to you. And so that is our homepage in Canvas for all of our courses. Each house of studies is just a little different, but that image that captures light is to remind us throughout the year to be mindful of this theme. So there will be lots of ways that you hear us talk about light throughout the year, and some various opportunities and ways for you to get involved in that conversation too. So the first way is through, I'm getting ready to put something in the chat box, this form. So here you can see this form is going to be available to you in the newsletter that Dr. Blake just mentioned, as well as various places like a Canvas announcement and other ways we can get it to you. But we are going to have a photo contest. So students, parents, siblings, instructors, everyone's invited to this, this challenge. So we would love to see you capture some beauty and capture some light anywhere that you see it. And if you do, we'd love for you to submit that using this form. So all we're going to need to know is who took the picture, what's your relationship to the school, attach your photo, and tell us what kind of light you saw in this photo. And then let us know if you'd like us to share it with others or not. And the new Classical Academic Press catalog that's coming out, their theme is also light. So who knows, some of our images might make it into the catalog. We'll see. So we hope that you participate and find that to be great fun for this school year.
Thank you so much, Allison. I'm going to move us to our last letter of the evening. Oh, this is the wrong screen that I'm sharing, friends. Our last letter of the evening, and it's got two layers to it, so don't go anywhere yet. The first thing that we're going to look at is something that we're doing together. So if you've joined our call via your phone, I'm going to be honest, it may be a challenge. There's a reason that we have our Scholé Academy courses on a laptop or on a desktop computer. But however you've joined us, I do encourage you to make the attempt anyway. All right. So here's what we are doing. We are going on a handbook hunt. The first thing you have to hunt for is the handbook. Can you find the handbook online? So right now, whoever's got the fastest fingers, you're going to work to, on the Scholé Academy website, find our student parent handbook. Go. Now, once you have found it, hang on to it, okay? Because you're going to have to hunt in that handbook for a few things. Yes, you're exactly right. We need some Jeopardy music, Presbyterian. Next time, you can DJ next time. All right. So on our main landing page of our website, you see that there's wonderful resources up here at the top. You can just, I would bookmark the Scholé Academy webpage because it's just full of a wealth of resources. Where instinctively would you think a handbook would be located? Maybe under academics, but under academics, you're going to find mostly our course list. You're going to find information about our tutoring center, about our Center for Students with Learning Differences, even our partnership with the CLT. And if you are like, I can't get into Canvas, ta-da! If you click on that link, it'll take you straight to the Scholé Academy Canvas login, all right? But that's not where you find the handbook. Don't find the handbook under our houses of study, but ta-da, our resources. Now, under resources, and there are extremely valuable resources here. Spoiler alert, this Start a School Guide, if you have any questions about what dates are or what's happening, or that's a great resource, okay? But down here is our Student Parent Handbook. So if you're already there, go ahead and click Get There, because here's your next assignment. And this is a toughie. You upper school students who felt like these challenges are too easy, now you got to use that logic that you've learned all through middle school. Find in the handbook our new policy about artificial intelligence. Where will you find the policy on AI? Go. Yeah, you are going to have to start scrolling. Word to the wise, you can click on these sidebars if you think they will help. All right. If you instinctively detected that it was under policies, you are correct, but it is not labeled AI. So as you peruse the policies, be sure you know that by enrolling in a Scholé Academy course, you are agreeing to these policies. These are important policies, even though it can seem lengthy, it's important for you to know what you have agreed to. Enrollments, withdrawals, withdrawing from classes. If you have late registration, do we allow auditing a class? Can you cancel a class? What does it mean to transfer? What are the orientation sections? Do we have an attendance policy? Look at this wealth of information, my friends. Oh, what about grades and what can I expect? And do you produce a transcript for us? So on and so forth. What if I have a concern with another student? What do I do? And what is number 10, my friends? The academic dishonesty. If you instinctively sense that perhaps an AI policy might be in here, you were correct. I'm going to draw your attention to this paragraph right here to just cut to the chase. All right. Because of our commitment to contemplative, formative, mastery-based learning, we expect that students will not use generative AI tools to enhance, supplement, or complete their coursework for Scholé Academy classes. Now, parents, I'll say that in lower school and so forth, that we are entirely leaving it in your capable hands to whether you even want to address what is AI and but we all recognize that it is becoming a pervasive part of the world in which we live. And if you would like to learn more and know more about how we processed and came to these conclusions and how we established the policy and what were some of our values and principles that were guiding lights for us, I invite you to read a blog that was just posted today. It was co-written by myself and our vice president at Classical Academic Press, Joelle Hodge, and it is about AI and how we are seeking authentic wisdom in a time of artificial intelligence. So last handbook hunting challenge, friends. It's not really in the handbook. We're back to the Scholé website. On the Scholé website, where can you find blogs? Peruse, go find the blogs on the Scholé website. So you hopefully noticed that right next to the resource tabs is a blogs tab. And that's an amazing place to get to know not only some of the thought processes that animate us as a company, but really us as a school and even the heart of many of our instructors. I know our Latin department chair, Eddie Katinsky, wrote a blog for us recently. There's a blog by Chris Hall on there. There's all kinds of blogs that sort of give you a peek into the very, very smart people that are teaching your children. So I invite you to take a look at those blogs and get to know some of the thoughts that are being thunk around here, especially about AI in particular, as this is a really hot button topic. All right, now, as I said, the E, which was everyone go handbook hunting, that comes in two stages. The handbook was the first thing that everyone was going to do. But now we're going to do one other activity for everyone to be involved in, okay? And for this activity, you will be joining a breakout room. Now, for those of you who feel like, Zoom is real old hat and you've done it before and it's no big deal, then you can help your parents if they haven't done this kind of thing before. But here's what we're going to do in the breakout rooms. Let me show you the example. So in the breakout room that you join, you're going to get to know one another. And your job in the breakout room is to do a little sleuthing and find out which family has been with Scholé Academy the very longest in that breakout room. For how many years? Hope we don't have too many ties, but you're going to chit chat with each other and find out by saying, you know, this is our blank year with Scholé Academy. This is our first year. This is our second year. This is our third, so on and so forth. And secondly, you are going to find out which family is joining us from farthest away on this call. Now, I know far and near is all relative. We're going to say relative to our main offices in Pennsylvania, the United States. So Pennsylvania in the Eastern time zone. So the person or family that is furthest from that. That's your job in the breakout room to find out that matter. Now, your question it may be, well, what breakout room do we join? This is a dedication to Dr. Riley and all her math compadres. This is, you've got to figure out mathematically which breakout room. First of all, your family. Of all the family that's joining, maybe if it's just you who's joining us tonight, in that case, this applies to you. Otherwise, you have to find, first of all, your oldest family member who's joining us, okay? Then that oldest family member has to use the digit of their birthday that's in the ones place value. Oh my goodness, do you even understand that? So let me give you an illustration. If my husband were on the call and joining, his birthday is December 1st. 1. He only has one digit and it's a 1. So he would join breakout room number 1. If I were joining a breakout room, my birthday is April 20th, 20. A 0 is in the ones place for my birthday. And so I would be joining actually breakout room 10 for the 0. All right, is everybody clear? Oldest family member, join the breakout room of the digit of your birthday in the ones place. All right, I'm going to open up these breakout rooms, and do you remember what you have to do? Furthest family away and the family that's been with Scholé the longest. All right, get us set. 10 breakout rooms. Participants are going to choose your room based on your birthdays and go. All right, well, I hope everyone has had a good time getting to know a few of our Scholé Academy families scattered throughout the country and the world. Gonna let that room 1 finish up their party. Now, if you were the we're going to have a massive showdown now between this is the championship round, because initially the showdown was in your breakout room for being the longest family with Scholé Academy and then the furthest family. So now we're going to narrow it down. Okay, so in your breakout room, was there any family that was, and you're gonna use the hand raise reaction to indicate if this applies to you. Anybody with Scholé Academy for 3 years or more? Give me a hand raise. 3 years or more. All right, okay, we got a bunch. All right, we're going to narrow it down. So you got to take down your hand at 4 years or more. Anybody 4 years or more? Listen, all these faithful instructors, is there any non-Scholé Academy instructor, any family that's been with Scholé Academy for 5 years or more? Anybody? These are youngsters. These kids are youngsters. Okay, so we're going to have to go back one. Families 4 years or more? Does that apply to anybody? Okay. Oh, maybe because. So Monica is 4 years. Is that your children, Miss Meinhardt, or is that you?
That is how we were introduced to Scholé Academy, was through my oldest son, Sebastian. He took a
I was
class.
his teacher.
Yep, with you stole all my information. Yeah, he took his summer class on the Green Ember, right? Yep. With Presbytera. So that was how we got into the mix. And I only came along later as an instructor. So
The Meinhardt family wins the award for longest standing family with Scholé Academy. Wait for your prize. Wait for it. Now we are going to the furthest away, the family that is furthest away. Now, if we were asking an instructor, I'm pretty sure I would know who qualifies. But is there any family joining us outside the United States? Anybody? Oh, Jamie Green. Jamie Green, where are you joining us from?
Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Newsflash, Americans, Canada is another country. I said that for you, Rhea Bright. You know what, Jamie? My family lived in Vancouver, Canada for 3 years. We were neighbors to Alberta. Oh, we're so happy you're here and joining us. Anybody else outside the United States? All right, I'm looking at that other screen. All right.
Oh,
Jamie.
I
No,
see
we
a
got the
hand.
Pickerings down here.
Oh, Pickerings, tell us, unmute yourself and tell us where you're from.
Ontario, Canada.
Oh, Ontario, Canada. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Now, who's got some great geographic awareness and skills? Because we're saying relative to Pennsylvania, Calgary.
We might have one more though.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, I can't say
Oh,
your last name though, so go ahead and unmute yourself and
We're also from Ontario.
oh boy.
hi. Canadians, we love you. 2 of my 4 children are Canadian citizens. I have you in my heart. Okay. All right. Anybody else? Just unmute yourself and chime in. Okay, then I'm going to give a big time honorary mention to my friend Elizabeth Kaufman. Elizabeth, can you chime in and tell us where you're joining us from?
Well, actually, I would have to disqualify myself tonight because I'm still in Michigan, but I live in Kenya. I was supposed to have been on a flight on the 29th, but because of some family circumstances, we extended and we'll be flying back on September 8th. So,
oh, my goodness.
yep,
Well,
I'm in Grand Rapids, Michigan right now.
We're so glad that you're still here on this side of the Atlantic with us, but we'll be praying
too.
for your family safe travel and return
you.
home to East Africa. We love you. And Scholé families, we have just truly people from all over the world, Australia and Malawi and Kenya, and some folks in Europe, and then obviously good friends in Canada, and kind of peppered all over the United States. So we're working real hard to get our courses in time zones that work for everybody. It is a challenge, but now I need a moderator who can. We've got Ontario and we have Alberta. So I need some people to chime in on determining which location is furthest from Camp Hill, Pennsylvania.
I think Alberta wins.
Yeah.
Calgary, Alberta.
Alberta is the closest to the West Coast. Calgary, Alberta. So I believe that's Jamie Green. Yay, Jamie. We're so happy. So I'm going to hand it to Allison. Allison, tell our participants what they have won.
All right. So, in keeping with a lot of Scholé spirit, you are now the winner of a gift certificate that will help you buy a t-shirt that has our Scholé logo wear on it. And we have a new provider as of last year. So I don't know if anybody ordered last year, but the t-shirts are super soft and really comfortable. And the provider is Edge Apparel. And so we'll be sending you that gift certificate. And you can go ahead and start checking out their website if you want, even right away. So it's edgeapparel.co, and you can look for that gift certificate to be emailed to you.
Congratulations, Meinhardt family, Jamie Green. We're so happy that you joined us this evening, and all of you families. We're being a little silly and lighthearted tonight, but we're really grateful that you took the time this evening to tune in with us. We hope that it's been informative and fun for you. And so we're going to round out our evening and finish up our night just acknowledging the one to whom all praise is due. And we're going to ask for God's blessing on our year as we endeavor to know him and the world that he loves better. I'm going to bring up one more slide, and it's going to be an opportunity for us to read a psalm together. And from whatever tradition you come from, you may be familiar with the idea of some responsive reading. And so I'm going to read a line from Psalm 67, and then you're going to have an opportunity in your own family unit or there on your own to say responsively the bolded terms. It's not necessary for you to unmute yourself, but we just like to hear sort of the company and the chorus. And if you are comfortable unmuting yourself, it's great to hear voices together in this way. So friends, brothers and sisters, let us pray. Psalm 67. May God be gracious to us and bless us and make his face to shine upon us.
That
Your way be known on earth, your saving power among all nations.
Let the peoples praise you, O God. Let the peoples praise you.
Let the nations be glad and sing for joy.
Let the peoples
You
judge the
peoples with
peoples
equity
and
guide the
guide the
nations on
nations
earth.
upon earth.
Let the peoples praise you, O God. Let the peoples praise you.
The earth
The earth has yielded increase.
God, our God, shall bless us.
God
shall bless us.
All the ends of the earth
Fear him.
Amen and amen. God bless you, Scholé families. We're so delighted to be joining you on your educational journey this year. And I really do invite you to reach out to us at any time. If we can be of service to you, we count it a privilege and an honor. And if you have any needs or questions, the very popular email address is support@scholeacademy.com. Support@scholeacademy.com. You might reach any one of us. You might reach Presbytera, reach Allison, reach myself, reach the lovely and capable Nancy Parcells, who's too shy to let me introduce her on camera, but she is wearing Scholé Academy colors like the rest of us. So feel free to reach out to us, support@scholeacademy.com, if you need anything and we can support you in any way. We're here with you. We love you, and have a great school year, everybody. Good night.